Hello, hello, everybody. It's me, Queenie Brown. Welcome to day 3 of the read along of the self love lessons. 7 lessons every woman must learn about herself and the power of womanhood. I'm super excited to get into this today. We're going a little bit deeper. We're still in the introduction, but I'm excited to take the next step. So, as you guys are coming on in, I want to invite you to let me know where you are watching from. And we're going to start roll call in just a second. Before we do, I just want to remind you that the last 2 days have been incredibly powerful. We've talked about the lies that we've each bought into over the years about who we are and who we're not, what we can do, and what promises that we can have access to. And yesterday we went a bit further into that, and we talked about the fact that you are the one and you came all this way. You were the one that made it through the birth process, which is actually a dynamic feat if you really think about the odds that are against you to make it here. But you made it here. You made it through your family's trauma, drama, or whatever it was that you experienced to be able to have this conversation right now with me. And we talked about the fact that we're all living in this time for a purpose, for a specific reason. And we're watching prophecy unfold right before our eyes. And there's a purpose that God has for us, each of us in this earth that are here right now. And so we get to tap into the power that He's put on the inside of us. We get to find out how to turn it up and turn it on fire so that we can operate in the fullness of the promises. We can operate in the fullness of our calling, and we can be who God created us to be on the earth for whatever purpose He has for us. We get to step into it. So today we're going to take it a little bit further, but let's go ahead and do a little bit of housekeeping. Um, as you come in, please do let me know where you're watching from, and in the chat, make sure you put roll call and present so that I know that you're here. Well, the reason why I want you to do that is because as we progress through this journey, there's going to be opportunities to win prizes, and I'm going to be awarding those who stick with me through the journey and who are in it to win it for themselves, because this is a self-love journey, right? It's not about me. It's really not even about the book. It's about you and how you are learning how God intends for you to love you. A little later in the book, we're going to talk about the self-love scripture and what God says about loving ourselves and how important and vital it is that we know how to do it, because the way we're doing it isn't effective, right? It's creating depletion in most of us. It's creating overwhelm. It's teaching people an unhealthy way of treating us. So there's a whole lot of meat on that bone. So we're going to go deeper in that. Hey there, I see you guys joining me. Make sure you leave a comment and let me know that you're watching. A roll call is happening right now, so let me know that you're present and accounted for so that I can keep track. And that way, at the end of or throughout this journey, you're going to be able to win prizes. All right. Okay, so make sure you like and subscribe to my channel if you're watching for the first time. Welcome. Be sure to share this with your friends. Ladies, this is free. Give the gift of self-love to your girlfriends. You can give them the website, www.queeniebrown.com, so that they can download the book themselves. Let me see if I can put that on the screen for you. Yeah, so that they can download the book and read along. All right. So also, we're going to read for no more than 15 minutes. Today, we're not even going to read for 15. I'm going to share the rest of the introduction. And then tomorrow, we're going to go into Kate's story, which is going to be incredibly powerful, because wait till you find out what happened to Kate. Lord have mercy. What a day. Okay, so what else? Is there anything else? After we read today, we're going to be joining you inside the Mother Love community, which we're going to go deeper. That's where we'll have our daily reflections, and we'll talk a little bit more about what we read, and then we'll get a little bit more meat off the bone there as well. Okay, so I think we are good. Make sure that you chat back at me throughout this conversation. If there's something that I say that rings true for you, or if there's an aha, go ahead and type it in the comments. Type exactly what I said so that all of us will be able to get that same nugget that you got and perhaps be able to take it a bit deeper. All right. Are all hearts and minds clear and y'all ready to go? All right, here we go. Day 3 of the Self Love Lessons read along. We are on page 11. Please join me in your reading. Okay. There should be a harmonious dance to life. If you're anything like me, your current pace is high speed, running through everything, picking up the pieces that others continually drop, juggling multiple responsibilities, serving others, and subjecting yourself to guilt because you aren't able to take on more in less time. You've been waiting, yearning, and praying for answers to questions about your life specifically, your purpose, your direction, your pains, and your disappointments. You've wanted it all to make sense, but still, there's something missing. You've been good to the people in your life. You've tried acquiescence and you feel like others take advantage of you. You've tried to stand up and speak up for yourself, and you still remain in the same state, depleted. You've tried to love more and pretend that your unhappiness doesn't exist. You've even tried to be more selfish. Yet every day when you look in the mirror, you're faced with the very same reality. No matter how hard you try to ignore it, there's a battle going on and you're losing by a long shot. It is imperative that you get this part of your life in order. Your sanity is at stake. Your relationships are at stake. Your health is at stake. Your financial stability is at stake. Your life is at stake. Your entire well being is at stake. And if you don't do something and fast, you feel as though you could potentially lose it all. What makes it even worse is that some of the time you want to just give in and let it all fall apart. Maybe then that'll get someone's attention, and maybe then people will see how much they've used you up, and then just maybe they will once and for all change. Then you can finally be happy, right? The problem with that rationale is that they are not the ones who need to change. They will change only as a result of the changes that you make and the boundaries that you learn to set and then honor. The dilemma is that you, and I'm owning this too, shall I say we, have taught them how to treat you. Your lack of self love has resulted in a miserable, unfulfilling series of relationships wherein you are not quite satisfied and you never feel truly appreciated. You see, we're all longing for love, understanding, purpose, and peace. We tolerate our lives rather than celebrate them. So, don't you agree that it's time to change your focus just a bit? Instead of only ensuring that everyone else's needs are met, let's add you to your to do list. It's time that you learn how to be whole, healed, balanced, and fully fulfilled so that you can continue to give yourself to those in your family, to those in your world in a balanced way, the way that God designed you to operate. There are so many people who starve for love. Many of us try to love without the full understanding of how to love. I've learned that in order to fully understand love, you must first understand God. So, this book is an attempt to open your mind and heart to understanding the spirit, the character, and the fullness of the love of God. God's goal for this book. First and foremost, you must understand that this book is a divinely inspired work. It is designed to open your mind and heart to a new level of intimacy within yourself with God. It's to introduce you to a deeper level of understanding, appreciation, and compassion for yourself and God within you. Here's what God said directly to me about you. He said, I want your reader to know me, and in knowing me, believe me, and in believing me, love me, and in loving me, desire me, and in desiring me, need me, and in needing me, trust me, and in trusting me, surrender to me, and in surrendering to me, receive me, and in receiving me, become me in my likeness. This is my effort in the completion of the instruction given to me by God on your behalf. So allow me to create in you a deeper, more intimate knowing of God with an attempt to support you in believing, loving, desiring, needing, trusting, surrendering, receiving, and becoming just as God intended. I pray that your ears are anointed to hear and your heart is anointed to receive. So, God also included something for me that happened to me, and He told me to include it here. So I'm just going to read it. One day I was sitting in the parking lot at church waiting for someone to come out, and I looked out of the sunroof and I was just looking at the stars, and I rested my head back to just watch. And I began to hear the voice of God speak this into my mind over and over and over again. And He said, I love you. 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 And as he continued to say it, I just started to shudder and I felt it kind of just go through my body. I couldn't make it stop and I didn't want to. It was just amazing and it was overwhelming to me. And to be honest with you, it was all too much for me to handle. I just began to weep in awe of God because he so deliberately and incessantly repeated his absolute love for me, and it marked me. To this day, when I think about it, I can remember feeling so flooded with love till it truly was overwhelming and overflowing. And so, as I finished writing this book, God prompted me to add this because he said to me what he also meant for you. So that is the end of today's reading. But what I did want to do is I wanted to go to the table of contents to just kind of highlight what the 7 lessons are so that you know where we're headed on this journey. Next, we actually dive into the meat of the book. But before we do, here are the 7 lessons every woman must learn about herself and the power of womanhood. Lesson number 1, know where you are now so you can get where you're going. Lesson number 2, know what you need and how to ensure that you get it. Lesson number 3, know who you are, who you're not, and how to never forget it. Lesson number 4, know where you're going and how to get there quicker. Lesson number 5, know what's in your way, what stops you in your tracks, and how to get past it all. Lesson number 6, know how and where to get wisdom and what's designed to help you. And lesson number 7, know the importance of staying connected. All right. So thank you so much for joining me today. Tomorrow we are going to get into the meat of it. I'm super excited that you joined me. Be sure to put a hashtag finished if you finished and watch to the end, because of course at the end of this journey, or actually throughout the journey, I'm going to be offering you gifts and prizes for those of you who stick with me. So now we're going to go into the Mother Love community and have a little bit of daily reflection and talk a little bit about it. So join me there. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I am looking for 5 boss moms. Those are women who are entrepreneurial or are professional. And I'm looking for women who have challenging relationships with their mothers or daughters. If that's you, leave a comment and say research, hashtag research, because I'm doing a little bit of research and I want to ask you a few questions just to get some feedback. All right. Are all hearts and minds clear? I'm excited and I will see you all tomorrow. God bless. Thanks for watching the read along of the self-love lessons. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be sure to download the book, share it with your friends. It's absolutely free. Tell them to go to www.queeniebrown.com to download it and to get connected. All right. You be blessed. Take good care. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.